Good Tuesday morning, East Tennessee. My name is David Aldridge, Chief Meteorologist of Captain AccuWeather, coming to you by way of the Captain AccuWeather Command Center. On behalf of Weigel's, fuel and food that's fast, fresh, and friendly, here's your East Tennessee weather update. Got to tell you something that's really cool, something you may not have noticed at the Weigel's the last time you were there. They have a thing called moon pie milk. You say, what is that? What is moon pie milk? Well, you maybe have had a moon pie as a kid or maybe even as an adult. Well, it's available for a limited time. They've made a great combination, the moon pie milk from Weigel's. Check it out. It is available just for a limited time. And I will say it's just better when it's fresh, farm to store in 24. It's just better when it's with Tennessee cows. Who would argue with that when you live in Tennessee? And I will tell you this, the moon pie milk is delicious, it's yummy, and it goes even better with a chocolate moon pie. Like I tried it. I said, that's perfect. That's just, I mean, forget RC Cola and a moon pie. Why not just have moon pie milk and a moon pie? Just a perfect combination. Oh yes, the eagle may have landed, but so is the moon pie milk. Check it out at a Weigel's near you. By the way, we got some interesting weather today. A little fog this morning, but the humidity will be dropping. Did he say drop? Yes, dropping. The humidity is going to drop like a rock today, most likely in the Knoxville area after 10 a.m. So, because right now dew points are still in the mid-60s, which we'll look at here. But let me show you as far as temperatures, right? We have temperature now 64 degrees, 63 in Oak Ridge, 58 in Wartburg. That's where we stand. But part of the other story is the fog, because we do have some fog. I don't want to rule that out. That is also an element. It is very, very poor. It appears around Granger County, Hawkins County. We can throw in Hancock and Claiborne County right now, where the visibility may be next to nothing, because I see a 0 there next to Jonesville. These are in miles, so it's less than a mile in Oneida. It's not grand in Sevierville, and it's not perfect in Athens. So just know that there's going to be some patches of dense fog this morning. It may coincide with where all the heavy rain has occurred over the last day or two, but it is poor in spots, so it may not be terrible where you are, but on the other hand, it could be pretty bad elsewhere. But this too shall pass, and we will expect a beautiful day here on a Tuesday. It is a short work week. Of course, Memorial Day was yesterday, currently 60 in Morristown. We have 63 in Newport and Sevierville, Pigeon Forge. Current temperature in Rockwood, 59 degrees. If you're on the call, I want to say good morning to you. How was your holiday weekend? Was it grand? Was it sleep deprived, like maybe me? Some of you might have been up at 2 in the morning when we were doing some severe weather coverage last night. I guess it was the day before. But anyway, I've lost track of time. It was a very active weekend. Let me know if you have a comment. Ed says, good morning. Thanks for taking us through the storms this past weekend. My pleasure, Ed, and appreciate you being here. If you're on YouTube, I'm also on this platform. Leave me a note. I'll do my best to magnify your voice. But let me cut to the nuts and bolts. Let's get right to the nuts and bolts, because if you are at 64 now and we finish the day, let's say 83, we go toward 83 degrees. It's going to be a comfortable 83. And I know I had 82 yesterday, but now at this point, we may even nudge 84. There will be some that will jump another 20 degrees this afternoon. But because the dew points are going to come down, it's going to feel much, much better. In fact, it's going to continue to drop those dew points through much of the middle part of this week. So I would say, if I were to describe this weather, what's the weather going to be like in East Tennessee? Let's just go ahead and show you. Ready? It's going to be like a slice of nice. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't that high calorie? No. Well, yes, maybe. But it's also low humidity. Oh, I like a slice of nice. May I have more, please? More, please. Yeah, maybe we'll get that on Wednesday, too. Oh, could we do it Thursday? Yes, let's have another slice. Oh, let's just partake, because once you get one slice of nice, you're going to wish that you had more. When I talk about that, I'm talking about low humidity, sunshine, and no storms. And they say, oh, why couldn't we have had that over the weekend? I'm just the messenger, right? I'm just the messenger. I'm not the one who decides which day goes where, but I will tell you this. If you would like a slice of nice, now, you might be thinking like your golf game, a slice would be like maybe not a good thing. But anyway, a slice of pie might be something that you might think about is the weather this week. By the way, the radar is quiet. We had a little renegade shower that came through West Knox County, right through the airport, by the way. Last night, about just between maybe say 10:30 and 11, a little downpour, wasn't severe, but it dropped another 1/1800ths of an inch of rain at the airport. Yet has been a very interesting month. Which we'll examine. But bigger picture shows there's more rain across the Great Lakes. There's also some rain back across Minnesota. If you have family there, maybe they're doing some traveling today. And I'm looking at Texas. They've got some severe thunderstorm watches in yellow around Dallas, and maybe even some more heat concerns in far south Texas. But a lot of lightning even along the East Coast there in the Carolinas. Now, the drought monitor, which comes out every Thursday, had these little I found curious, these little yellow patches of abnormally dry spots. And I suspect when they reevaluate that today, because they'll be cutting off the data here on a Tuesday, they'll post the next one on this Thursday. I suspect this little patch of yellow between Norris and Paulette and Clinton probably will go away. That's just my suspicion. I don't see any coloring here in Oak Ridge anymore, and there was some coloring down here toward Riceville. Still, last check, the last monitor report, which comes out weekly, that maybe this all disappears, because much of the state has improved as far as the water table is concerned, not too concerned about dryness at this time. And some of us are saying, I'm done with the rain. I saw that comment today. I'm so done. Make it stop. Well, it stopped now. It's finally ended. There may be some mountain drizzle today, but that wouldn't surprise me. A couple of really dry areas would be southern sections of New Mexico, parts of Texas, and maybe up toward Montana. But that was the drought monitor last week. So let me bring you up to speed. If this doesn't stun you, I don't know what will as far as numbers. 8.52. Is that the new number? That's the new number. That is, as I come back on camera, that is only 4.39 inches above normal. That means we've had twice the normal May. The normal May is 4.13. 4.13 is the average amount of rain that we typically see in the month of May. And I know what you're thinking, April showers bring May flowers. Not this year, my friend. Bite your tongue. It was April nothing because we were dry. And then it was all of a sudden deluge on May. May was a gully washer month. 8.52. Surely, David, that must be a record. Well, that's what I'm good for. I did the research. In fact, my premium members heard back on the 10th of May. That was the night we had the Northern Lights. Remember where you were when the Northern Lights? That was the night that I posted this image for my premium members. I said we've got a good shot to make the top 10 wettest Mays of all time. And of course, everybody was so enamored with the dancing colored ribbons in the sky, the colored lights of the Northern Lights, which obviously with the Aurora Borealis that would steal the show. But now this has stolen the show, because now we were just shy 0.29 inches away from third place. Third place was 1938. And the two wettest Mays ever since records have been kept, going back to 1871, were 1974 and 1984. Both years we had over 10 inches. But 8.52, you got to admit. And we picked up 1.5 inches just yesterday. So we moved up quite a bit, I think 7 spots or so just since the weekend. It's been amazing. But when I made my prediction on the 10th of May, we still had only 4.5. We only had 4.5 inches. And I said, we're going to make top 10. Oh, that seems ridiculous. Well, it's not ridiculous anymore. That's where we ended up with the month, because we're not going to get any more measurable rain, in my view, for the rest of the month. May get some mountain drizzle today. Outside of that, maybe some drizzle from the fog, because this is really the big story this morning. I'm looking at you, Granger County. Good morning to you in Wartburg and Jacksboro, Oneida. Probably some poor visibility, and a little bit of poor visibility there in the Smokies as well. Saying good morning to you. I did mention, maybe not, high temperature yesterday was 82. That's normal. Normal high is 82. Normal low is 60. The record high today, 94 from 1914. The record low, 41 from 1961. So there you have it. Interesting kind of day, certainly over the week. Wanda Poe says, so glad you're here, keeping us safe. I'm going to move. I got to move. So glad to be nice. I mentioned she was having some issues with where she was located. And then Melissa says, good morning. Good to see Melissa on here. She's one of my premium members. Also want to say good morning to Fred, because he says he's got his Weigel's cup of coffee. Says it's coffee time at Weigel's. I agree, Fred. Thank you so much. Marilyn Bell says, good morning, everyone. So sad for Texas as more deadly tornadoes have hit there last night. Prayers for them. It's interesting, because when we look at the storm prediction maps, all the active weather is going to move around us. We've got some really nice weather here, but Marilyn is right. It doesn't stop in other places. It's like shuffling the deck of cards. Some folks will have more severe weather this week, but it will not likely be us. In fact, we should be void of that all week long from this point forward. 59, the current temperature in Rockwood. If you're just joining me, it's 6:49. My goal is to be done in about 10 minutes. In fact, maybe 6:50 now. 59 in Jacksboro. The current temperature in Oneida. Good morning to you, Scott County, 55. And Crossville, the heart of Cumberland County, currently at 57 degrees. It's getting more comfortable north and west, but where you still see some 60s, our dew points are in the 60s. I thought it was supposed to be less humid. It will. What you see in Oneida should be affecting Knoxville after 10 a.m. So humidity will drop today between, say, 10 and noon. is when I suspect the humidity will drop. Winds won't be moving much today. They may be, they may be 5 to 15, but could easily gust 20, 25 during the course of the afternoon, but not here in the morning hours. Here are the wind speeds. They're hardly moving anywhere, and that's because the fog is causing some issues. If it were more wind, there'd probably be less likelihood that we would have any fog whatsoever. Temperatures around the state, 68 currently Memphis. Chattanooga's coming in at 66. And our friends in Johnson City have a temperature currently of 59 degrees. It is 69 in Charlotte. Meanwhile, the rain that we talked about, a little renegade shower. Not everybody have it, but that's a little bit of the green there moving off the screen here over the last 6 hours. Most of it leaving the Smokies, but if another sprinkle or two moves in the Smokies today, again, wouldn't be too much of an alarm system. No cause for alarm for some drizzle today in the Smokies. A lot of sunshine today. That's what we expect. Maybe you're getting that now outside of the fog. Sun came up at 6:22, and of course it'll be going down at 8:45. I still have some rain intermittently on this image. I forgot to remove that. I guess it's because we've been in such a rainy pattern as of late. Is it any wonder we feel like we've been through the car wash as of late? Heading out the door today, 64 with some patches of dense fog. We could take that rain off there too. 70 at 10, and of course 79 at 2. It's just a force of habit. I just keep seeing these showers in the pattern, but now this is all coming to an end. 81 currently, or not currently, our expectation for highs today in Campbell County. If you're in Bell County, Middlesboro, Crater City as it's known, high temperature 79. 80 for Morristown, look for a high of 82 in Newport, 85 in Athens today. And again, I have us at 83 for Oak Ridge, Knoxville, Maryville. Wouldn't surprise me if we nudge an 84 once it's all said and done, between 5 and 6. So here are my headlines. At 6:52, sunshine, check. A little bit of fog, yes, but the humidity will drop in a big way, and especially felt here in the valley as the day wears on. Mostly sunny and pleasant tomorrow, and it will be comfortable with more sunshine on Wednesday. Currently, we're at 64, right? We have a relative humidity at 96%. Your dew point temperature is 1 degree shy of that. So it does stay and suggest that we have some fog in the area. That's not going to change here in the next few minutes. Over the next couple of hours, however, it will. Average high this time of year is 82. So this is a near average day. Again, if we hit 84 today, wouldn't surprise me. Humidity will continue to drop. And precipitation chances will go back up a little bit on Saturday, 30%, and a 60% chance, I think, on Sunday. And Saturday's rain should be late in the afternoon as it comes in west of I-75. It'll be a western system coming in on Saturday. By the way, if you haven't picked up a bottle of the moon pie milk, oh, I love the moon pie milk. Oh, it's great with a chocolate moon pie. Did you know it's available for a limited time at Weigel's? Yes, Weigel's is the place to be. It's just better when it's fresh, farm to store in 24. It's just better when it's Tennessee cows. And moon pie milk, of course, is delicious. If you haven't tried it, it's around for just a short period of time, so you might want to pick up a big bottle like I did. It goes pretty fast in the Aldrich household. Of course, the Eagle has landed, so is the moon pie milk. Moon pie milk at Weigel's. Check it out today. I think you'll be very impressed. As we go back to precipitation chances, 30% on Saturday, 60% chance on Sunday. If you got a comment, let me know. Lana Johnson says, good morning from Kodak. She has some fog. She's got a little rose flower, 2 cups of Weigel's coffee. Love it. Thank you, Lana, for being here. Appreciate you very much. And then Felicia saying, good morning. Needing to work in my garden today to restake the tomatoes and fix some damage from the rain over the weekend. That's probably a good suggestion. A lot of the wind kicked up over the weekend. That may also want to be revisited, but you have plenty of time for dry weather this week. The only thing we might be revisiting tomorrow in a special way is the pollen, because grass pollen is certainly high this time of year. There's certainly that element too. But a lot of folks would like to get those tomatoes ripe and juicy just in time for the upcoming Independence holiday. Independence Day would be the next big holiday, even though we've just now come off of Memorial Day. By the way, Storm Prediction Center, I think Marilyn Bell hinted that we had some nasty storms in Texas and some real concerns there. Where might there be some concerns today? Let's take a look at the maps. They're right back over Texas, right? This is not going to get any better for the Lone Star State today. I see Chicagoland, some isolated severe storms possible in dark green. There's some hot spots there in Montana and Idaho. But let's zoom in on the hot spot today. This area in orange would represent level 3. It's suggested or called an enhanced risk. It's usually associated with downed trees, power outages, and even possible tornadoes. From Dallas to Waco to Austin to Abilene and Midland, Those are going to be the hot spots today, and pretty much the whole state. Houston's not exempt. They've got some scattered severe storms in their outlook, and even into Louisiana, parts of Arkansas. Nothing going on here. We've got quiet weather. Then tomorrow, the hot spots move northward. Scattered severe storms for places like Rapid City, South Dakota, and into parts of Nebraska and North Dakota. If there's some severe weather on Wednesday in Texas, it may be Austin, San Antonio, and points west, but that would be isolated tomorrow. Really quiet weather here. We have another beautiful day in Tennessee on Wednesday. Now Thursday, it grows back into Texas. It's expanding into Oklahoma and into parts of Colorado. So this is the outlook from the Storm Prediction Center for Thursday. It includes Abilene, Amarillo, Wichita Falls, and Lawton, Oklahoma. Dallas would be on the edge of maybe an isolated severe storm on Thursday, but pretty quiet. And it's interesting how they put eastern Kentucky and the Tri-Cities for a risk for some thunderstorms. I don't see that really reaching us here. Most of that will stay up north of Kingsport, in my view. Now, as far as the futurecast, this little trough falls apart. We really have some nice weather through the course of today. And again, if we were to see some mountain drizzle, that would be short-lived. By 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, we should be in the mid to upper 50s. Did you say mid to upper 50s? Think about that. With no humidity, mid to upper 50s, like 57, that's pretty sweet, especially given the fact that we're waking up this morning in the low to mid 60s. Now, by the time we hit noontime Wednesday, there's some rain in West Virginia. There's certainly some rain approaching Memphis, and that's all sliding south toward Birmingham and headed not here, but maybe down toward Atlanta. That's where it'll find a new home by Thursday morning at 7:15. Now, by midday Thursday, still looking good. Maybe a few high clouds. Outside of that, it's a nice-looking day. I don't see rain really an issue. Really until later in the day, late afternoon on Saturday. It would be mainly west of I-75, but everybody will be fair game for some showers and thunderstorms, I think, on Sunday. So here's the futurecast as we've now approached and reached 6:57. Pick out your favorite town. Where are we going to be at noon? Should be around 76. 76 isn't too bad. 74 in Wartburg and Crossville. At lunchtime today, that's Eastern time, 74 Newport, 74 Middlesboro. Once we hit 2 o'clock, it's comfortable, but we have a few scattered clouds, and the winds will be picking up probably closer to about 5 to 15, gusting 20 to 25. By the end of the day, many of us reach into the low 80s. Some of us still stay in the upper 70s, like the Plateau. But by the afternoon, there's an 83 there at 5 o'clock with some scattered clouds. I think it's a beautiful day. This one's still painting a little raindrop there north of Wartburg, but I think that's suspect. I think we're going to be pretty much rain-free for the rest of the month officially in Knox County, because we had a little downpour last night. Meanwhile, you can see by early in the morning, tomorrow morning, our temperatures obviously getting cooler. Our time frame here moving down into early morning. We're talking about temperatures about 56, 57 in that range by the time we hit about 5 or 6 in the morning. But it's comfortable. I think it's something certainly to look forward to as we head into your Wednesday morning. Upper 50s for most in the valley, maybe mid 50s more likely for the Plateau. But by tomorrow afternoon, don't be surprised if we make it into the mid 70s, and tomorrow's highs will be closer to 80. About a high temperature of 79, but most of us will approach 80 degrees on your Wednesday afternoon. So let's get to the forecast for today. We are expecting temperatures to top off around 83 degrees. Winds are going to be about 5 to 15. They'll start off out of the southwest. They'll change to the west as our humidity drops. Gusts of wind up to 20-25, and mostly sunny outside this once this fog begins to lift. Morristown, 80 for a high temperature today. 83 for Oak Ridge. I do have us at 84 for Kingston, Rockwood, Harriman, and a high temperature in Athens of 85. Crossville, high temperature of 77 degrees. As far as our temperatures tonight, they're going to be cooling down into the 50s. But today, if you're doing some traveling, there will be some family members, I'm sure, that might have been sticking around through the holiday weekend. If you're on the road, drive safely. 86 for Chattanooga. They have some fog this morning. Nashville, 84. If you're headed east towards Charlotte, they should reach about 87 today. So for tonight, plenty of stars. It'll be a cool night relative to the average, because the average low is 60. Low humidity, winds are going to be light and variable, if not west-southwest. And we're looking at plenty of stars tonight. Tonight we're down to 56 for La Follette, 55 for Morristown, and 56 around Newport. Now, as far as this 7-day, the Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville, East Tennessee, would take us to near 80 tomorrow. Very comfortable Thursday and Friday. We'll call it more slices of nice. The pie just keeps getting passed around. Then we bring in some rain on Saturday. Again, it's very late in the afternoon. Right now, the best chance will be west of I-75 because it will likely come in probably after 3 p.m. Sunday, we're all fair game for some showers and storms, maybe some drizzle there on Monday. Temperatures settle back into the 80s. But I'd say it's a big pleasant when you can start the morning in the low to mid 50s on Wednesday night, Thursday morning, Thursday night, Friday morning. It's a real nice way to end the work week. And it's a short work week because, of course, the holiday Memorial Day now officially over. By the way, if you haven't picked up a bottle of the Moon Pie from Weigel's, next time you're there filling up your tank, make sure you grab a bottle of the Moon Pie milk. And while you're there, chocolate Moon Pie goes perfect together. It's just better when it's fresh, farm to store, and 24. It's just better when it's with Tennessee cows. No one would argue with that in Tennessee. Moon Pie, available for a limited time. Check them out. Very awesome milk. A new product that's around for just a limited time, so you might want to grab a bottle today. Anyway, my name is David Aldridge. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. We'll see you here next time, and enjoy your beautiful Tuesday after this fog gets out of the way. Take care.